The beginning of this process for us was doing the institutional self-assessment. I would highly encourage all districts to do that as part of their CPR process. What came out of that were significant inequities between and among our students. So we needed more information to determine what was the root cause of these inequities. We needed to do a root cause analysis. And so we needed to gather more information and using that information in a culture of data that had not existed up to this point in the district.
One thing that became apparent pretty quickly after we completed our equity audit or institutional self-evaluation is that we didn't have any standardized tools in the district in order to universally screen our students or to monitor their progress towards rigorous grade level standards. And so we first decided we needed to do some research on the evidence-based tools that were out there and which ones some of our districts that were very similar to were using. And through this process, we came to a conclusion that we needed to buy both universal screening tools for ELA and for math. And so this year, we're very excited to have so many data points on students in looking at the iReady, which is a way to measure proficiency towards grade level standards in ELA and math. We adopted Literably, which is looking at students' reading level in a much more objective way, and that's aligned to the Fountas and Pinnell testing. And we also purchased Edulastic, which allowed us to take our common assessments for our math program and put them online. And also, we might have been a little bit behind on this, but we ended up putting our teacher ed-eval system online through TeachPoint, so we could do some thematic coding of teacher observations to determine areas of professional development where we could really focus on improving the outcomes of teachers as they're more focused on data for students.
Once we knew the tools that we needed to invest in for our teachers and began collecting data points, we then needed to know, what do we do with those? And how do we coach our teachers in using the data to promote more of a data culture in our schools? One of the things that we started doing was promoting the use of data teams in each school at the elementary level and at the middle school level, so that the teachers had an outlet for a place to discuss the data, to use the data, to really dig in and analyze what was there. To do this, we created data walls at both schools and made them virtual so that they can be changed and updated as we get new information on our students. It gives the teachers a springboard to conversation about students, about classes, about trends within the grade, trends within the school. So we're looking at a lot of different avenues with our data now and having conversations that we had never had before. It's been really, really positive and beneficial for our students.
As teachers have reviewed their data, they've decided to put students into different kinds of instructional groupings, which could either be for 1 or 2 days or could be for 4 to 6 weeks. Within those instructional groupings, they take a look at what exactly students have been struggling with as a result of looking at the data. It's either based on an end of module assessment or based on a particular topic that they're struggling with. Then teachers come together and decide if they want to do that intervention work either within their own classrooms or if they'd like to share the work across classrooms, so that teachers may be looking at one group taking a whole large group of students that works on one topic while another group is working with students on another topic, and they may not even be students that they have in their own classrooms during the regular classroom day. At that point, when next time we have our next data meeting, we review that data again and we take a look to see if students need to remain in those groupings or if they're actually able to move out of that grouping and move into a different one. It's proved to be entirely successful across grades, and we're looking forward to continuing this work this year.
Well, WinBlock has been awesome. I'm so glad that we have started introducing that into our day. I'm really able to make small, flexible groups that change day to day on what the kids really need. If that's reteaching in something, if it's enrichment in something else, if it's just extra practice with something. And we kind of do all different areas. So for example, certain days of the week we have word problem groups, kids who are struggling with word problems in math. We have some small reading groups that are focusing on they're having trouble finding the theme of a story. Sometimes it's working on character traits, sometimes it's kids working on writing, and it just varies from day to day.